Welcome to another session of Ofmos. Today I would like to play Ofmos Classic as quickly as possible, just so you can see it and get a feel for it as an abstract game. Think of it as chess with money. So without wasting any more time, let's go with red, making the first move, launching in one of the environments. This brings the budget down to 91. Blue follows. Cash goes down to 94. Red has to pay 6, that's 85. Blue pays 9, it's an investment, so that brings the budget down to 85. Let's see, red goes down to 77. Blue moves in center, so that's the investment of 5. Cash goes down to 80. Red, 5. This goes down to 72. Okay, blue, 72. Red, this is 369. Again, the first stage, both players have to launch one product in each of the 9 environments. No other moves or actions are permitted. So let's do, brings down the cash for blue to 69. Okay, red down to 67. Same with blue. $60 for red. $56. So I'm moving. I've been since I'm playing against myself, these moves don't necessarily make a lot of strategic sense. I'm just trying to show you the game and provide some commentary where possible without slowing down too much the flow. Oh, I didn't adjust the payment for blue, so I'll do it right now. So that was 56 because I moved in environment with the number 4. Okay, red goes down to 55. The reason I knew that is because at the end of the stage 1, both teams should have the same amount of cash, 55. So sometimes if you want to speed up things, you can actually pay 45, which is the total of the required investment for all the environments, and then just move the pieces really quick. So now we can make moves downwards, lateral, and upwards, and we're going to also be trying to create some alignments where there are like three products, neighboring products, at least 3 of them, and then you're going to get money not only from the action, but also bonus for each of the products in that alignment. So to prevent some of these alignments, so let's see here, right in the center, I'm going down with red and taking out the blue piece. This is gonna be a 6 for the red team, so the cash goes back to 6-1. Blue is trying to also eliminate some of the competition, so moves down and makes 3. That's 58. By the way, the formulas on how you make cash or for the incoming cash and outgoing cash are listed on the screen. But you can also go to the website and get the instructions from there. And if you have a printer at home, you can just print it out, and kind of makes it easier and more convenient. Something like this. Basically I have the instructions, but you have a summary here. The formulas are at the top, and kind of a scheme, I guess, with all the main moves that you can take. Okay, so red moves. Let's see what can we do here. I'm gonna move down from that environment, the premium large cars. This gives me 9, so the cash goes back to 70. With the blue, I'm going to do a lateral move in that same environment. It's basically 0. There's no cash transfer for lateral moves, just because they signify innovation, product innovation. The car becomes more complex in terms of process, so those expenses cancel out the revenue, the income, not the revenue, the income that the regular operations would have generated. Okay, I'm gonna move right below that blue. I'm gonna move to red. I'm gonna move downwards. This is 8, so the cash goes to 78. Blue, let's follow. Trying to threaten that particular piece. So this is 9 for blue. The score goes, or the cash goes to 67. Let's I'm going to move down right in the center over there with red. I'm making 6. That takes the cash to 84. With blue, I'm going to take out on the right center of the board. I'm going to take out the red piece and make 8. This takes the cash to 75. Making a lateral move with the red. That's 0. Blue moves down. It's 8. Cash goes down to goes up to 83. Let's see, with red, I'm going to move lateral. That's 0. Blue is going to take out the red piece into downward move. That's going to be 8 for blue, and bringing the total to 91. Red is moving down in the standard large car environment, takes out the blue, and it's making 8. This takes the cash to 92. And by the way, you can think of these numbers as millions or billions, depending on the type of product. But for simplicity, we're only going to be focusing on the first few digits. And also kind of corresponds with what we see on the board, the numbers that we see on the board, because we're using those numbers to calculate formulas, right? The launch is dictated, the cost of launching a product is dictated by the number associated with that environment. Okay, so red moved. What we're going to do here with blue in basic mid-size car, I'm doing a lateral move that's 0, but I'm creating an alignment. And alignments are like synergy in real life, where resources are being shared so that you actually maximize the return on those businesses. So in this case, the action itself is 0, but then I'm getting bonus for the 3 pieces in that alignment. So I'm getting a 4, 7, and 7. So that's 18. So 18 added to 91. This is 109. Okay, so let's move with red. We're going to move down. This is 8. This cash goes to 100. Blue takes out red and makes 4. The cash goes to 113. Red goes down, makes a downward move. I think it's a better way of saying it. Takes the cash to 108. Blue, downward move, makes 7. Cash goes to 120. Trying to chase with the red one, so that's 8. So the cash for red goes to 116. However, blue does another alignment, another synergy. So it's 7 from the move, then 4 and 7 and 7. So it's 25 total, and this takes the cash for the blue team to 145. And red has an opportunity now to take out the blue, and with a downward move, and that brings the red cash to 123. Let's see what blue could do. So I'm moving down here in the corner and making 7. This takes the cash to 152 for blue. Red, lateral move to kind of force blue to do something. So blue has an option, could do lateral move, or it could just exit. And because it's the bottom row, that's just going to make the amount indicated by that environment. So I'm exiting business with the blue, and that generates 7, taking the total cash to 159 for the blue team or blue organization. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to move down with red. This takes the red cash to 130. Blue has an option here to, let's see, I'm moving down from the environment with 3 in the corners, so that brings the total cash to 162. Red simply moves down. This is 8, 138. Let's do right in the center. It's 5 for the blue team, 167. Okay, I'm going to try a lateral move with red. Blue is trying to run away. So 167 plus 5, so that's 172. I'm going to try to exit with red at the bottom. With 7, 145. Okay. Moving down with blue. This is another 5, so it's 177. Lateral move with red. Blue moves down one more time. It's 4, so it's 181. Red moves down, that's an 8, so it's 153. Let's see, blue's trying to kind of take a chance and trying to make an alignment with the horizontal move. This is 0, but red is now going to let that slide. So basically it's taking out that blue product, makes 1, brings the total cash to 154. In this particular game, you can see that probably it's very hard for the red to catch up at this point, and this has to do with how the pieces were laid initially to get started. So it's very important to think strategically, so to speak. I know it sounds repetitive here, it's a strategy game, but obviously you have to think through those first initial moves are important because they could determine how the game, the rest of the game will unfold. So that stage 1 of positioning, it's very important. So in this kind of situations, the red team or the team who's behind has an option to simply give up. So it doesn't have to go through this entire kind of slow death process. But let's make a few more moves and then we can stop. So red just moved and now we have blue. Blue basically, it's hard for blue to create any additional alignments at this point, so it just kind of can move down and makes 4. This is 185 total cash. Let's see, red moves down, makes 7, that's 161. Take out the blue piece from the bottom, and that's an additional 4, so it's 189. Red continues to accumulate cash with the downward move, that's 7, 168. Now, blue does one more downward move, that's 4, so it's 193. Red exits, that's 7, it's 175. Blue exits from the bottom, that's another 4, so it's 197. Red moves down in the center to try to accumulate as much cash as possible. So 180, 175 plus 5. Now, blue is going to try to stop the game. It has enough money to lose without losing the overall game. So exiting anywhere else other than the bottom row requires a payment of 9. So let's say we take one piece, and that's a payment of 9. It's basically a penalty for starting a business but not going through its entire or taking advantage of the entire business opportunity in that particular space. So 197 minus 9, it's 188. Okay, so as you can see, the difference is actually smaller than 9, so the blue team might not have a luxury of taking that piece out, so it will have to continue to move. Red to operate the business. Red moves down, that's 5, so brings the score to 185. Now I could move with the blue, I could move downwards, that would only create 2. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to move lateral, and that's a 5. I'm sorry, it's 0 because it's a lateral move, and I'm going to be able to move downwards and make 5 in the next turn. But in the meantime, looks like red is coming back. That kind of took me by surprise as well. I thought the game was over. So that's 5. Again, the formulas, the numbers used for the formula for calculating the cash in and cash out are associated with the originating cell. That's where you're operating the business. That's where you start operating the business. In real world, you don't really know how far a product will commoditize. It's more of a probabilistic thinking, statistic thinking. Okay, so I move down, and that is 190. And I think at this point in time, maybe the game is over, but the red wins. That's really is a surprise. I guess I didn't pay attention closely to the board. So let's say so that's 5, 193. Okay, but red has the luxury to keep making, has operating pieces, so it doesn't have to stop the game. So that's 194 there. Blue cannot stop the game either, because if it wants to exit, it would have to pay 9, which would bring the total cash below where red is, and that would mean that blue loses. So let's see, continue to move down. That's another 5. The cash for blue goes to 198. Here's what I'm going to do. Lateral move for red, that's no cash transfer, it's 0. Moving down with blue, this is 5. So this brings blue cash to 203. Okay, moving down with red, this is 198. Okay, blue, that obviously has no choice but move down. That's 207. 207. Another, so I'm exiting with the red one. This is 202. The one at the bottom. I'm deleting it right now. Blue makes another move. I think blue actually will win this game. Oh, okay. This kind of throws me off as well. So 211. Red moves down. Probably red, when it had 3, should have created an alignment. Okay, so this is 206 for red, but blue exits, and in the process makes 4, bringing the total cash to 215, and it stops the game. So as you can see, this was quite a finale, because I was also confused. I thought blue certainly lost. Probably there was a way for red to come back. I just didn't think much about it, but it had 3 pieces, so I guess in those kind of situations you want to reposition yourself to create alignments to start generating outsized bonuses and returns for those businesses. But as you can see, pretty exciting. As I said, you can get super strategic here. Since I'm playing against myself, that's a little bit difficult. And anyway, my goal here is to kind of provide some I guess context to explain some of the moves and some of the thinking behind these moves. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're gonna join me for the next Ofmos session. In the meantime, thanks much.